Alright guys, it's Dexter here and welcome back to another Q&A. As I put in the description of my first Q&A last night, I was going to split this into parts because I recorded the whole thing with all the questions and it was like 25 minutes long, and that's like, well, yeah, it's too long. Nobody wants to sit through a 20-minute video, so I was going to split it up into parts and record one, every day when I get home from work and stuff like that. So let's get back into the questions. I'm going to try and answer them as quick as possible, but say everything I need to say so I can get them, get as many questions into each episode. So up next we have Darth Rosa. I think that's how it's said. RWZR. Favorite player on each card and why? So I'll start with card 4. I'm going to have to pick two players here because there was two different phases of COD 4. There was like the hardcore headquarters days, and then there was the ACOG ground war days. So in terms of hardcore headquarters, it's going to have to be Zarion. He was just he stood out above everyone for me, and with the perfection series that he made, you know they were my most enjoyable COD 4 montages. A lot of people are going to say Blueprint by Jazz, but I preferred Zarion out of everybody. So yeah, that's the hardcore headquarters out of the way. In terms of like Ground War and Dom and stuff and ACOG, it's Blackouts. A lot of the newer people on the scene might not know who that is. I mean, he hasn't been around for a long time, but he was hitting things that people don't hit now. I mean, he was hitting plus 30s and all that stuff back in the day, back in like 2008. And he was just incredible. He was unbelievable. If you haven't seen anything by him, search Blackouts The End, and that's a really good montage to watch. So World at War, don't watch it. Don't really play it. I don't know a lot of players. The only person I do know who I've watched play it is yourself, Rosa. I think you're a fairly decent World at War player, and you're the only person I've really seen, so I'm gonna have to go with you. Modern Warfare 2, pretty obvious. iReaps. Nobody comes close. Stands out above the rest. Just unbelievable. Every video that he makes, it just stands out above anybody else's. So definitely Reaps. Black Ops 1. It's probably going to have to be Spratty, but there's a couple of others. There's like Fear Golds, I think he's in now. He might have left Fear, I don't know, but he's pretty good. And someone I used to be in a team with called Oz. He's been in like Super and Aero. He's a fairly underrated, decent Black Ops 1 player. What's next? MW3. Mine's probably different to a lot of people. A lot of people either say Blue or Frog MV, and for me it's none of them. It's Dib, Phase Dib. Well, he's not Phase Dib anymore, but that's who you will know him as. When he made Emanate 2, it was a Modern Warfare 3 Taj that stood out above any other for me. It had so much variety and creativity, like big multis and stuff. What Dib and that hit, yeah, they're good, but variety is key for me, and that's what Dib has. He gets swap feeds, and he had more quads and things like that in his Taj. And Emanate 2 will probably always be my favourite Modern Warfare 3 montage, so definitely Dib. Black Ops 2. Darth Super is the reason I started playing Black Ops 2, and Man of Steel is my favourite Black Ops 2 video made, but he's not my favourite player. My favourite player is someone who's really underrated. Well, he's starting to get some recognition now because he's got into Dare, but his name is Sars. I'm going to link him in the description. If you don't know who he is, he's incredible at what he does. He's just so accurate. He hits so many clips I play with him every single day. I've known him for years, and he's absolutely incredible. So definitely check him out, guys. And that's about it. Ghosts. No, I don't watch it. I don't play it. The only person I know who is good at it, really, like really good, is Genesis JMR. That guy is unbelievable at Ghosts. He hits so many clips. His phase 5 was like 20 minutes long, and he didn't even use all his clips. So I'll go for JMR on that one. Wow, that question took a hell of a long time to answer. Fucking hell. Okay, so next question comes in from Obey ALX, I'm guessing that's supposed to be Alex. Would you prefer to join FaZe as a player or Saw as a leader? I know what most people's answer would be, and that would be FaZe as a player. Almost everybody wants to join FaZe. But I'm not going to go with that answer. I think I would rather join Saw as a leader, most definitely. Mainly because it puts me in a position where I can help other people. A lot of people who get recruited to these teams are people who are already in teams. Like most of the people who get in Saw come from Obey or Darth, for example. And I think there's people out there who have no recognition, who deserve that recognition, and I would make that, my goal to search specifically for these people who've got, I don't know, 50 subs and produce amazing videos and get no exposure. And I would look for these people and, put them in a better position in a big team where they can, expose themselves and get the recognition they deserve. And it would also put me in a position to help my friends and people who I am friends with, who I think deserve to be in a better position than they are now. So obviously I'd like to join FaZe as a player, but I'd definitely go for Saw as a leader. Next question is, who is your inspiration? I can't pick one specific person because it's different for every card. I have kind of inspiration for each card, but if I had to narrow it down to one person, iReach is the one reason I started to make videos, to watching what he could do. It's just, back then it was unthinkable. It didn't seem possible, and that's what I aim to achieve. And I'm not as good as Reach, but I'm a lot better than I was, and I can hit some of the stuff that Reach hits, and that's, I'd probably go for iReach as my inspiration, most definitely. And we'll go for one more question for this episode, guys, and that's going to be and it comes in from a Razor. How long does it take to get enough clips for a mini-tage/montage? Are you talking about me as an individual, or just as a generalization of people? If you're talking about me, it can be anything really. I mean, I could have a dry streak where I don't even hit a quad feed for a week, for argument's sake. So it could take me 3 weeks to make a mini, but I could also have one day where I hit 20 mini clips and there's a mini sorted. In terms of a montage you can never ever put a timescale on. Even if you hit 30 bangers in a week, a montage is a masterpiece in my opinion. It's something that you put everything into, all of your time and effort, and you shouldn't ever release a montage until you're 100% happy with it. And I think that's one thing a lot of people get wrong, is they try to rush to release it because they think it'll give them more exposure, or it will look better if it's done in a shorter amount of time. And I disagree. I think even if somebody spends a year on a montage and then when it comes out it's like, whoa, what the fuck, that was incredible. I don't care if that took them 6 weeks, 6 months or 12 months to record for. That is their masterpiece and they should be proud of that. So I would say for me there's no time scale, it's just when it's ready, and that's that. It's just when it's ready, really. So yeah, I'm going to squeeze one more in. I think I've got time, so we're going to go from Dexsor. What is your favourite COD? My favourite COD to play and enjoy at the minute is Black Ops 2, but my favourite overall COD that, if it still played how it used to play, would be Modern Warfare 2. I think it's, clips look the best on that game. You can still hit multis, whereas you can't on Black Ops 2. So that's probably about right. Yeah, I'd probably, overall MW2 at the minute, what I'm playing the most of is Black Ops 2. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. I have got loads more questions to answer, so there'll be a lot more of these episodes. If you do want to send me any questions, feel free to send it me on Xbox. My gaming tag is Darth Dexsor, DEXA, or you can just tweet at me with your question, and I will include it in the series. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, guys, see ya.